Hey, Warriors fans, let's dive right into what's been going on with Golden State, because this season has been nothing short of a roller coaster, and there's so much to unpack. Starting with the current roster situation, it's clear that the Warriors are facing some challenges that have been testing both the coaching staff and the fan base. You look at the lineup night after night, and the depth in certain positions seems overwhelming in theory, but problematic in practice. For instance, the guard rotation is incredibly crowded. Players like Jonathan Kuminga bring undeniable talent and potential, but the way they fit into this team right now is complicated. Personality dynamics, fit within the system, and placement on the floor are all issues that have affected performance. And while some of these players are still developing, the repeated chances they get without immediate results can be frustrating for fans and analysts alike. Then you have someone like Patrick Spencer, who has been quietly making his mark when given minutes. Over the past few games, he's been earning playing time not just by being present, but by contributing in meaningful ways. In a recent matchup, Spencer played 24 minutes, scored 16 points, shot 5 of 8 from the field and 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, and more importantly, he impacted the game for the team around him. That's the kind of performance that shows why he deserves to be more than a two-way player and why he should have a role in the rotation moving forward. The situation becomes even more interesting when you consider the balance, or lack thereof, across the roster. Golden State has multiple guards clustered around similar heights, from McCree at 6 feet to Seth Curry at 6 feet 1, Melton at 6 feet 2, GB2 at 6 feet 2, Spencer at 6 feet 3, Curry again at 6 feet 3, Pajamke at 6 feet 4, Buddy Hield at 6 feet 4, Will Richardson at 6 feet 4, and Moses Moody at 6 feet 5. That is a lot of players essentially overlapping in the same areas, which can create redundancy and complicate rotations. The challenge for Coach Steve Kerr has been finding the right combinations to maximize talent without sacrificing spacing, defensive coverage, or team chemistry. And it hasn't been easy. While Kerr has shown brilliance in past seasons and has led this team to multiple championships, the constant shuffling and the need to play some guys out of position has led to frustration for fans, especially when opportunities for certain players like Kuminga seem to be squandered or mismatched. The recent games highlighted both the struggles and flashes of hope within this team. Against strong opponents like the Philadelphia 76ers, the Warriors faced moments that were downright demoralizing early in the contest, with missed shots and ineffective first has putting them in a tough spot. But then, as the game progressed, you saw the resilience of this squad. Players like De'Anthony Melton, returning from injury, showed energy, intensity, and a willingness to fight for every possession. Will Richardson made a subtle but impactful contribution, and even Santos stepped into roles that were unusual for him, playing as a bigger presence on the court than he typically would. Buddy Hield, often criticized for efficiency, had a night where he contributed 14 points and 8 rebounds while showing visible effort on both ends of the court. These moments illustrate that despite the challenges, the team still has fight, talent, and determination to compete at a high level when everyone contributes in the right way. Yet, the difficulties cannot be ignored. The Warriors' lack of a reliable big man rotation has created significant strain. Draymond Green, arguably one of the best defenders of his generation, has been forced to play center more frequently than ideal, and that takes a toll physically. After recent games, he was reported to be in a walking boot due to an injury sustained on the court. Even if he plans to play through it, this situation highlights the risks that come with overextending players in positions they are not naturally suited for, especially over the course of an 82-game season. Injuries become almost inevitable, particularly when veterans with championship experience are being pushed into roles that challenge their physical limits. Without a proper solution at the center spot, the Warriors are effectively playing with one hand tied behind their back, and that can influence both game outcomes and player longevity. The solution, as many have speculated, could involve roster adjustments. The team has been linked to potential trades to bring in defensive-minded big men who can stabilize the lineup and allow the guards to play at their natural positions. There are conversations about centers who could anchor the defense, someone like Zubac, who has drawn interest from multiple playoff contending teams. Zubac's defensive capabilities, combined with his ability to contribute on the boards and facilitate plays from a post, make him an appealing option. Even if he isn't the perfect fit offensively for spacing, his presence could allow the Warriors to stop forcing small ball lineups that, while sometimes effective, are not sustainable across a full season without risking injury and inconsistency. This team has talent, no doubt about it. Steph Curry's return will be monumental, and players with championship experience like Draymond Green and others provide a foundation that, if balanced correctly, can make Golden State a legitimate contender. But without addressing positional redundancies and ensuring players are in their natural roles, the team risks more setbacks. It's been frustrating to watch, but also inspiring to see glimpses of what this roster can achieve when roles align and effort matches talent. Fans are witnessing a team in transition, one that has shown flashes of brilliance but needs strategic adjustments to unlock its full potential. Looking ahead, the schedule is not forgiving. The Warriors face multiple challenging opponents over the coming weeks, including the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Chicago Bulls, the Phoenix Suns twice, the Orlando Magic, the Dallas Mavericks, and the Toronto Raptors. Each game is a battle, but also an opportunity to prove that this team can compete at a high level. If the front office can make calculated adjustments, ensuring players like Patrick Spencer continue to earn minutes, the rotations make sense, and the big men situation is stabilized, Golden State could turn this mid-season stretch into a critical window for positioning themselves for the playoffs. The key lies in balancing the roster, protecting the health of veteran leaders, and making sure that the talent already on this squad is maximized rather than stretched thin. The Warriors have shown resilience, skill, and heart, but to truly capitalize on that, they need to fix the structural challenges that have been glaring this season, from the crowded guard rotation to the lack of dependable big men. As we move further into the season, the Golden State Warriors' challenges continue to highlight just how much strategy, adaptability, and roster management matter at this level of competition. Every game is a delicate balance between maximizing individual talent and creating cohesive team dynamics, and the Warriors have shown glimpses of both brilliance and frustration. The crowded guard rotation has become a central talking point, not just because of the sheer number of players at that position, but also because it forces difficult decisions for Coach Steve Kerr. On any given night, he has to choose who plays, who sits, and how to manage the chemistry between multiple players vying for the same role. This becomes even more complex when considering emerging talent like Patrick Spencer, who continues to prove that he can impact games in meaningful ways. With consistent minutes, Spencer is showing that he belongs on this roster not just as a rotational player, but as someone who can change the flow of a game and contribute to wins, and it's been exciting to see a player like him step up amid all the turbulence. The team's struggles with size and positional balance remain a pressing concern. Draymond Green's role as an undersized center in small ball lineups has worked at times, but it comes with inherent risks, particularly regarding durability and defensive efficiency. The Warriors are essentially asking their veterans to take on responsibilities that stretch their physical limits. Even the most battle-tested players can be vulnerable in such scenarios, and as we've already seen with injuries or minor setbacks, relying on these small ball rotations over a full 82-game schedule is not sustainable. Meanwhile, players like DeAnthony Melton and Will Richardson are being asked to contribute in ways that may not align with their natural positions, testing both their adaptability and the coaching staff's ability to optimize talent. Despite this, the effort from these players has been remarkable, and it's encouraging to see individuals respond to challenges by elevating their performance and stepping into roles that demand both skill and resilience. The narrative around potential trades and roster adjustments has become increasingly relevant. Bringing in a true defensive big man could dramatically alter the Warriors' dynamics, providing stability, reducing the risk of injury, and allowing players to operate in their natural positions. Interest in players like Zubac illustrates the league-wide recognition that Golden State is looking to strengthen its foundation in key areas. Zubac offers not only defensive versatility, but also consistency in the post, helping to anchor the defense while complementing the guard-heavy lineup. The right acquisition would relieve pressure on Green, Melton, and others who have been overextended, ultimately enhancing both performance and longevity over the season. Even beyond potential trades, it's about maximizing the players already on the roster. The combination of veteran experience, young talent, and emerging contributors like Spencer, when managed effectively, could transform the Warriors into a team capable of competing at the highest level despite the current challenges. Analyzing individual performances, it's clear that effort and focus can sometimes outweigh pure talent. Buddy Hield, for instance, had a game where, despite earlier criticism regarding efficiency, he contributed not only in scoring and rebounding, but also by showing defensive effort and physicality on the court. These intangibles often go unnoticed, but are critical for winning at this level. Similarly, players like Santos, stepping into unconventional roles, are demonstrating flexibility and the willingness to adapt to team needs, which is essential in a roster with such a diverse mix of skill sets and physical profiles. The Warriors' ability to harness this adaptability, while addressing gaps in size and positional fit, will likely determine how successful they are as the season progresses. The mental aspect cannot be overlooked. Repeated losses, close games, and the frustration of seeing talented players out of position weigh heavily on team morale. Warriors fans have experienced the highs and lows of this roster, and the emotional investment is palpable. Watching games slip away by narrow margins or seeing missed opportunities due to tactical mismatches can be disheartening. Yet, there is a persistent sense of resilience within this group. Even in a close loss against a strong opponent like the Philadelphia 76ers, the team demonstrated the capacity to rally, adjust on the fly, and nearly complete a comeback. This resilience reflects the underlying championship culture embedded in the organization and shows that, while structural adjustments are needed, the foundation for success remains intact. Golden State's path forward hinges on several intertwined factors. First, giving emerging players like Patrick Spencer meaningful minutes ensures the team can maximize contributions from all corners of the roster. Second, stabilizing the center position, whether through a trade or internal adjustments, would relieve pressure on overextended veterans and protect the team's longevity. Third, maintaining the balance between small ball and conventional lineups is crucial to avoid burnout and reduce injury risk. Finally, leveraging the experience and championship pedigree of key players like Draymond Green and Steph Curry will provide leadership and consistency, which is essential during intense stretches of the season. If the Warriors can address these areas, the potential is immense. This roster already possesses offensive firepower, defensive versatility, and competitive spirit, but unlocking its full potential requires a careful balance between talent utilization, health management, and strategic roster adjustments. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. The arena was already buzzing long before tip-off, and the whispers began to swirl as soon as Donovan Mitchell stepped onto the court. Known for his lightning-quick drives and fearless scoring, Mitchell didn't hold back, and the target was clear: the Golden State Warriors and none other than Steph Curry. Sources close to the team suggest that Mitchell, with a sly grin and that trademark confidence, threw subtle jabs during warm-ups, leaving teammates both amused and slightly wary. He was definitely testing the waters, said an insider who witnessed the scene. There's no doubt he wanted to make his presence known, and he did it in the most Donovan way possible. Curry, the master of composure and one of the league's most cerebral competitors, didn't flinch. Observers report that the Warriors' point guard approached the situation with a calm intensity, issuing what many are calling an epic lesson in humility and focus, without even needing a word of trash talk. By the time the teams lined up for introductions, whispers of Mitchell's earlier antics had already spread through the stands, fueling a tense, electric atmosphere. Social media has since erupted with clips of the exchange, with fans debating whether it was playful rivalry or a serious psychological play. Analysts are split. Some argue that Mitchell was deliberately trying to get under Curry's skin, while others insist that it was all in good fun, a classic pre-game ritual that elevates the stakes. What makes this story irresistible is the contrast in styles. Mitchell, fiery and unpredictable, thrives on energy and momentum, often using it to psych out opponents. Curry, conversely, embodies precision and timing, seemingly unaffected by distractions and capable of turning tension into performance. Those in the locker rooms hinted that the Warriors were quietly taking notes, knowing that the real lesson might unfold on the court. Coaches reportedly urged players to stay focused, aware that Mitchell's provocations could either spark brilliance or backfire spectacularly. Even without tip-off, the narrative is already shaping the buzz of the season. Fans and insiders alike are speculating how this mental chess match will play out, with social media threads exploding over every gesture, glance, and word exchanged. One thing is certain: when stars like Donovan Mitchell and Steph Curry collide, it's more than a game. It's theater, strategy, and raw personality all wrapped into one. Everyone is waiting for the first move, but the rumor mill guarantees the headlines will be relentless, no matter who scores first. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts and comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.